But if you go a bit deeper, if everything is set up, you have your ads, you have your keywords, you can add some other features to actually optimize your campaigns even more. So say, for example, you have a campaign running for car loans. In this example, you have 20 people looking for car loans, and you have your bid. You know how much you want to pay for that click. But what if you knew a bit more about those 20 people and actually change your bid based on what you know? So for example, from 4 of these people that they are your customer, and you can know this by cookie data or adding your customer lists to Google. And maybe you want a bit more or you want a bit less based on the fact that they are already a customer or not. Then you have the red ones here. Those are hot leads, and you can define that however you like, again, based on cookie data or how long they've been on your website, how many pages they viewed. You put them in a certain list. If they abandoned the cart, for example, they are hot leads. You put them in a list, and you can have audiences based on that list. And we want a bit more, however much engagement somebody had with our client, we want a bit more on them and a bit less if we know nothing about them. So just to give you a bit of a guideline, this is an idea of the way that we set it up. If we know that somebody has already visited our website, just the homepage, for example, we're going to bid 40% more on that person. But if they've already visited categories or product pages, we're going to bid even more. And if they have abandoned their cart, then we're going to bid way higher. And then in some cases, even the converting clients, we want a bit more. It kind of depends on if the product that we're selling is a recurring thing, or in some cases, we even want to exclude the converters. If it's a one-time purchase, there's really no point to keep advertising to people that recently converted. So this is kind of a guideline that we use. The more engagement people have, the more we want to bid on them. To give you an idea on how you can make these audiences, you can target, for example, all the customers that you already know. So how this works is you have an email list of all your customers. You can upload that email list to Google, and it will match them with Google data that they have. It is anonymous, so all the email data is hashed, so it's GDPR compliant, but it basically just matches that user with your customer. And you can't really see like the identity of the person, but you know if they're a customer or not. So you can prioritize your most valuable customers, or you can exclude people that are already customers, just to have campaigns running only to new customers, for example. And then a very important and very strong feature that we can do with these lists is if you have a very optimized list of people that have, a very high tendency to convert, you can make similar audiences based on that list. So Google knows a lot about us, of course. They know our age, our gender, our preferences, what cat videos we looked at on YouTube. They know pretty much everything except for our name. Well, they know it, but they won't share it. So all of this data can be used to create similar audiences. And then we can use those similar audiences, again, to bid more to these people because we know they have a higher chance to convert. And this is a bit to give you an idea on the performance uplift of these lists. We've looked at a few of our campaigns, and we saw the RLSA, which is remarketing list for search ads. So remarketing, when we think about remarketing, we always think about, oh, the Zalando banner is following me for 30 days after I looked at that pants. But remarketing can also be used in search. So we know that somebody has looked at that pants on Zalando.be. The next time that person's going to search for pants, we want a bit more because they're going to have a higher chance to convert. So by using these lists, we actually were able to almost half the CPA of people who are not in that list. So I have a 30% higher conversion rate. versus the people that we have no data of. And then the customer match list, which is basically our client list uploaded to Google, we saw an even bigger decrease, which kind of makes sense because, you know, these people already bought from us. They have a higher chance to convert, or I should say at a lower cost. An uplift of 5% in the conversion rate as well. And then creating similar audiences based on both of these lists, we were also able to decrease the cost per acquisition and have a higher conversion rate. So it's really, that's the power of audiences. If it's a bit of an advanced feature, not a lot of people use it, but you can see it definitely has a big impact on the performance of your campaigns. So definitely try and use the audiences if you have the data available. Upload them to Google, create similar audiences, and just test it out.